If your headlights are damaged or worn out, or you just want some crisper styling to the front end of your 2010 to 2018 Ram 2500 that currently has the factory halogen headlights, these LED tube quad style headlights with the chrome housing and clear lens is a great solution. Now these are perfect for the Ram owner who needs a refresh to the front end, wants to keep that bright OE polished appearance, but also wants a bit of modern style with the LED DRL. Now this is an affordable choice, being just the housing with the inclusion of the turn signal bulb. Great if you want an easy and cost-effective swap, if you're happy with your current lighting performance and you just want some additional style in the kit, or you're looking to make a more custom lighting setup for the front end, getting the styling from the housing and performance elsewhere from a different set of bulbs. Now this set of headlights features a full chrome housing with a clear lens on the front to allow full illumination and a sharp look, especially with the upper and lower LED light bars. Now those daytime running lights add in more of a modern feel to the classic styling here and make the truck much more noticed at night with the bright white output. Now the rest of the design is set up very similar to the factory headlight, but does add in some additional chrome if you want to keep more of a uniform appearance, especially on the outer corner with the trim around the marker light. That adds a little bit of chrome there and is a great match for any other chrome trim or accessories already on your 2500. This set is made of an ABS plastic housing on the back with factory style mounting points for direct fit and has a polycarbonate lens on the front, which is resistant to lighter impact. Now the pair makes for a solid construction, very common in aftermarket headlights because of the reliability, and helpful if you do take your 2500 off-road or in the woods and want a set that you can rely on. This set again is also just the housing. It does come with the turn signal bulb, but you will have to swap over your factory bulbs, and it does have factory style cutouts. You can upgrade those for more custom feel and custom lighting performance if you choose to do so, and we have options available on the site. Now the DRL and the included turn signal bulb, those are completely plug and play, which is the best part of all, so this is a very simple swap and we'll show you how to do that in just a minute. Now this set is about $300, which is very affordable for a set of headlight. Now the main reason being is that it just keeps it to the housing and the turn signal bulb and the DRL as far as upgrades are concerned, which makes it more cost effective. Again, being a good choice if you're content with your current lighting and just want a big upgrade in the styling and the look. Now it also allows you to add in your choice of bulb, tailoring your lights to your preference compared to being locked into one particular design or bulb choice, making it a great option if you're looking for some flexibility out of a set of headlights. Now install here is a very easy 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. As I've said, it's completely plug and play, so it should take you no longer than 2 hours with some basic hand tools to get the job done. Now at this point we can head over to our shop, check out a detailed breakdown on how you can get these into your Ram at home. So that's going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and get to the install.
For this install you will need an impact, an extension, a swivel adapter, 10mm socket, and a clip removal tool. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing some headlights on our Ram, but before we get started we're going to send you to watch a quick video on how to remove your factory setup, and we'll see you when you get back.
So our first step is to remove all of the push clips that are holding in our upper radiator cover. So I've got a clip remover tool to pop these out. Now we can start from the edge and work our way across, popping out our clips. And then with all of our clips removed, that'll expose these 4 bolts that hold in the top of our grill. So we'll grab a 10mm socket to pop these out. And now with the 4 bolts removed off the top of our grill, we can pull straight back to remove it. Now with our grill removed, we can remove these 2 10mm bolts that hold in the inside of our headlight. So we'll grab a 10mm socket and get these out. So next we can come down into our fender liner. We have this little access door here that we're gonna pop open. Now inside towards the fender, there's gonna be a white clip that we're gonna have to push up on. It's gonna be really hard to see from this angle, but I'll show you from the front once we get our headlight out. So we'll just reach in there, push up on that tab, and that'll free our headlight. And now once we release our tab, we have one more silver 10mm bolt here that we need to remove. So I'll grab that 10mm socket to get that out. So now with all of our bolts removed and our tab released, we can pull back on the headlight to remove it. And then we'll just disconnect our electrical harnesses. So pull back on our red tab and then push in on our black to remove that. And then over here, pull out on the white, push in on the black to remove that. And now this is that white tab we were showing you. This is the open position where you can slide this little notch in there. And then when you pull it down, it locks that into place. So now once we have this headlight removed, we can do the same thing on the other side.
Alrighty folks, welcome back. Now that we have our factory headlights out, we got our new setup on the table as well as our factory unit, because we're gonna need to swap over a couple bulbs to our new setup before we can install it. So we're gonna open up our high and low beam areas. These are just covers, they just twist right off like so. We'll do that for both. Sometimes they're a little stiff. Then inside you will find your bulbs. And you also want to give those a twist counterclockwise to unseat them and bring them out. Now you want to be very careful. You might even want to wear gloves for this. You don't want to touch the glass of the bulb with your bare hands because the oils on the skin will cause hot spots and that will lead to premature failure. So we'll unplug that one. Do the same thing for this guy. Now that we've got those out, we can set our factory headlight aside. And we'll come over to our new setup. It's the same deal, they're just covers. So we'll twist those off as well. Sometimes they get a little stuck in there, you gotta pry them out a little. You wanna make sure you can access your plug. And we're gonna plug those right in to our new setup. We'll get these in. These are factory style slots, so they're gonna go right back in the same way they came out. Get your tabs lined up so your bulb properly seats. And you just give that a little turn clockwise to lock that into place. And you can reinstall your cover. We'll do the same thing for this other bulb. Lock that in. Make sure your wire's tucked behind your seating area for your cover so you don't pinch them and this can seat properly. Lock that into place. Now once you got this one all set up, you can do the same thing for your other headlight. So now we're ready to go onto the truck, and the first thing we have to do is plug our new headlight in. So we have two factory style connectors coming off the new headlight. This one coming off our turn signal marker bulb is going to go right into that factory one. Make sure that clicks into place and lock that safety tab back in. And your other connector goes into your headlight connection. Make sure that tab locks in. Then as you set this in, you want to make sure you tuck your wiring out of the way so it doesn't get pinched or crushed by anything. There's a little bit more of a setup than factory. We'll set this in and line up our rear locators. Give those a little push into place. Then we can come back in and reinstall our hardware. Now we'll get our top 10mm bolt back in. That's going to be the shorter one, our 10mm socket. And we're going to grab our extension with our swivel adapter. Makes it a little easier get to this bottom one. And we'll get this one in. You may have to move it around a little to get it to start. We'll come in and tighten that down. So now once you've got your hardware in up front, you want to remember to come back to your wheel well. You need to reach in that trap door again and lock that tab back in the down position. Once we've got that in, we'll close our trap door up. Now once you've got this headlight in, you can do the same thing for the other side, and we'll come back in and put our grille and shroud back in place. Now we'll set our grille back into place. Line this up with your lower locator tabs. You want to make sure these little guards come over top of your mounting brackets up top. That's set into place. We'll reinstall our 10mm screws. So we'll get our other one in. Now remember, at home you have 4 of these. Our tabs are kind of broken, so we're only using 2, but definitely want to get all 4 back in at home. Then you can come back in with your 10mm socket. Tighten these down. Now we'll get our shroud back into place. Set that in. Line up a couple of your tabs. Once you got the first few in, the others should line right up. Don't forget your outer corner ones. Good to go. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our LED tube quad style headlights with chrome housings and clear lenses for your 10 to 18 Ram 2500 and 3500 with factory halogen headlights. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.